trying to get out of my feelings, cause I do not like this feeling of being alone. Never tell me what's on
You were just listening to the beautiful voice of Osei on her track Games. The Nigerian-born, Brampton-based 17-year-old has made some pretty major waves in the Toronto scene in a very short amount of time. She just started dropping music this year and is backed by Up Next, a Toronto-based organization which helps up-and-coming hip-hop and R&B singers get noticed. They even hooked Osei up with her own billboard in Scarborough, which is pretty cool, I think. We chat about her musical journey, her upcoming EP, and her upcoming performance at Manifesto's live stream tomorrow at 2:15 p.m. I'll add the link to the stream in the description. Here's my chat with Osei. Osei, again, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Really excited. I'm just gonna jump into something we're all going through right now, which is COVID and the lockdowns that have been put into place. Do you remember what you were doing when lockdown started to happen?
When the lockdown started to happen, that's kind of when my career was still kind of jump starting, because I only started making music January of this year.
Okay.
So, I think I had a show right before the lockdown started with Her Creative, and, met a lot of great people, was starting to make more connections. And then it's just like the lockdown hit, can't go to the studio anymore to record. It's just like, damn, like, what do I do? So it was hard because like everything was just starting for me, and like I need to go to like shows, I need to record more music. And it's like, now that the lockdown's here, I can't do that, So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, what have you been doing to just keep yourself sane throughout all of this?
I've been songwriting a lot. Now that we're in stage 3 also, things are starting to open back up. I've been going to the studio like a lot more. I have a lot of new things coming. I have the Manifesto show that's happening on Saturday too. So that's really
great.
exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's really exciting. And then, I have interviews with, different people. So everything's kind of, slowly starting to get back to normal kind of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Were you getting into, I don't know, I know a lot of people were like binging Netflix. Tiger King came out like perfect time when everything started happening. Was there any like shows you got addicted to or anything like that?
I like watching like nostalgic shows that bring me back to my childhood. So I'm on Disney Plus a lot. So like shows like like That's So Raven, Wizards of Waverly Place, like Ant Farm, like just like shows that bring me back to like my childhood years. Like I love watching. Yeah.
Awesome. So how long have you been writing your own music?
I've been writing my own music since August of 2019. So summer 2019. And
I read that, so the first song you wrote was Games, and you wrote it while on in a bathroom while on vacation.
Yes.
Is that still your writing process? Do you like have to get in the shower and get your lyrics going?
No, not anymore. When I first started writing, that was kind of like my process, because I thought of it like, usually like our best ideas come when we're like in the shower, So I was like, let me give it a try. But now it's kind of just like, it just flows, I can be anywhere now. And it's just like, if I have an idea. Yeah.
Right. And but you've come a long, you've not come a long way, seeing as you're so new, but you're exploding right now. Like you have 3 singles out, and is it 3?
Yeah.
3, yeah. And you're doing so well. You're getting into Manifesto and all of that.
Thank you.
And like you said, it's become more of a flow now. So what is your writing process nowadays?
Nowadays, it's more like maybe I'll like go on YouTube, just look for some like beats or something, just see what comes. And usually the way that I know like if a beat is good or like if it's for me is like when I first hear it, something just like pops up, it's just like, oh, and from there, it's just like, it just flows, sometimes it's more like maybe I have like a melody in my head, and sometimes I just write like out of the blue. So it varies from time to time. Yeah.
Are you working with like a certain producer?
Yeah. So my producer, I work with A Wood. He's one of my friends. Amazing, like producer. He made the beat for Phased, and then I have another song that's coming that he also made the beat for. Yeah. So after Overfeel, he started making like all my beats and everything. And then I also have like an amazing engineer too. His name's EA. Great engineer. So good at what he does. So yeah.
And how did you get hooked up with these people?
They actually go to the same high school as me.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah. So yeah, we're all in like the same kind of like you know, like community. So it's like, oh, like you make beats, like yeah, like let's see what we can. Let's make some magic, you know.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's something else that like jumped out at me is your age. So are you 17 or
Yeah, I'm 17.
18 now? 17. So you're going into like final year in high school?
Yeah, final year of high school, yeah.
And are you actually physically going to high school or are you going to be online?
I'm mostly going to be online just because I want like more time for like myself and music also, because I feel like, you know, being at school is great, but I feel like it just like takes too much time out of my day to do other things.
Right.
So, yeah.
Cool. Wow. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you know what what your plans are for when you graduate?
After high school, I want to go into criminology, but of course,
cool.
yeah. Well, of course, I'm still going to be pursuing music on the side, but criminology is what I'm going for.
Are you going to be looking at the Humber program? I know they're like they have a pretty good criminology program at like the Humber Lakeshore campus. That's where I went, so I just know they have a pretty good program. Do you know like where you might be going?
I definitely want to go to U of T or like York or like McMaster's or something. One of those three. Yeah.
All right. So the latest single you dropped, Phased, came out just under a week ago. And since then, you've got some radio play.
Yes,
you were on G98.7. That's right. Yeah. How did that feel? That must have been crazy.
Yeah, that was so crazy because the thing is that games took, you know, it took a little bit before it made the radio, but with Phased, it was like, you know, MC Bundy, he DM'd me on IG and he was like, yeah, we're playing your song Phased. I was like, what? Like, it was so crazy. Literally like a couple days after it dropped, like it's already on the radio. So that was a huge like step for me.
That's wicked. And what is the song about? What is Phased about?
So Phased is all about like, you know, people, you know, they underestimate you for different reasons. For me personally, maybe because of the fact that I'm a Black woman in the industry, or maybe because of my age. You know, people underestimate me, underestimate my abilities, but, you know, it just revolves around the idea of I'm going to phase you guys. And you guys better watch your back because you don't know what's coming. You know, you guys are all haters, but I'm going to show you that, you know, I can do it too.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
I also read that you have a bunch of songs in the vault right now. How many do you have ready to go?
I have like, ready to go.
Oh, maybe not ready to like post, but ready to jump in the studio with.
Ready to jump. I got like maybe like 10, 20.
Oh, wicked. Cool.
I have a lot, yeah.
And when can we expect the EP to drop?
The EP is coming very soon. I haven't figured out like a specific like date for it yet, but it's coming really soon.
Cool. And I know when you were talking about the genre you're in, which is, you know, the R&B and soul, but you're also wanting to bring R&B into other genres and just kind of experiment with that.
Yeah.
So are we going to hear more? Because you mentioned you wanted to do some like hip hop, R&B hip hop, and are we going to be hearing all kinds of different, like a little taste of everything on the EP?
Yes. Because for me, it's like, I want to be able to cater to everybody. I don't want to leave any of my listeners out, you know? So whether you like Afro beats, whether you like, you know, more hip hop, whether you like, you know, drill, even, I want to be able to incorporate that with R&B and just, you know, just be more diverse, you know? So yeah.
Yeah, I heard your Lauryn Hill cover on Friday.
Yeah.
Like you're definitely you can spit. So I'm
Thank
excited
you.
to see what comes. Well, let's talk about this manifesto
Yes.
spot. Like how did that come about?
So I actually auditioned for Manifesto's. I think it was the Artist Discovery Series in January, but I didn't make it. And so, like I've just been following Manifesto, seeing what they're posting. And then I see this one thing that they post. It's like writer's room, if you can songwrite, and I'm just like, oh, I'm a songwriter. And I think that, like I want to try this out, see what it's about. And so, I wasn't really sure if I should do it or not, but I think like a couple days to when the contest was like closing or whatever, I signed up and then, they sent me the beats and all that. And so there was this one beat by Denise Dion that really stood out to me. And so, I listened to it. At first, I wasn't really sure like what to write, but then, kept listening to it and then something just popped out at me. And it was just like, what's the move? What's the move? So I'm just like, okay. So I wrote, and then before you know it, that's when WTM, What's the Move, was born.
Cool. So when is your slot? It's this weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend.
As in tomorrow? Or wait, no, today's Thursday. COVID's got me all messed up with days and everything.
Okay.
So what day and what time slot?
On Saturday, the 29th, and I'm performing between 2:50 and 3:10.
Cool. And where are you going to be performing from?
The Great Hall in
the Great
Toronto.
Hall. Oh, very cool. Nice. I also saw on your Instagram that you did a performance fairly recent, like during COVID, because I saw a plastic screen in front of you. What was that like?
It was very different, like it was cool, but at the same time, I kind of miss being able to like, interact with people while I'm singing and just like move around more, because it's like you have to stay behind that screen. It's just like, damn. You know?
Yeah.
But that was at Regular's Bar in Toronto.
And when did that happen?
I believe that was on a Monday, August. I can't remember the exact date, but I know that it was on a Monday, because every Monday they do this thing called Golden Hour Live. It's coordinated by Slick Hand Collective. So yeah, it's like upcoming talent and everything go to like showcase there.
Cool. And that was your first performance in a while, I would assume.
Yeah, in a while.
Yeah. What did it feel like to be performing again?
It felt like I was at home. Like I was on a break for such a long time, and then just going back, it just felt so like comforting. It's like, this is where like I need to be. This is where I want to be. True.
I want to go like way back, kind of like your origin stories. So you and I actually have something in common. We're both born in Africa.
Really?
Yeah, I'm from South Africa. I got my little tattoo here. Yeah.
Yes.
So I know you're. There you go. Cool.
Yeah.
So I know you were born in Nigeria, but you moved to Manitoba pretty early. Like you were
really
just 5
early.
months old or something.
Yeah, like 5 months. Yeah.
So why Manitoba? That seems like very middle of nowhere.
Yeah. My dad, he was schooling there at the University of Manitoba. He was doing his PhD in computer science.
Okay.
So we went over with him.
Okay. And then from there you moved to the States for a little bit. Where in the States?
Maryland.
Maryland. Nice.
Yeah.
You just stayed with family there?
Yeah, I stayed with family for a couple months.
Cool. And then you found your way to Brampton.
And I've just been here ever since. Yeah.
Sweet. How do you think coming from Africa and having, first generation African parents, how has that sculpted you as a person, and how has that sculpted your music?
I mean, having first generation African parents has definitely like taught me different things. I would say the way that it inspires my music, like for instance, I got my singing gift from my dad's mom, my grandmother, but I never got to meet her because she died before I was born. But, my dad always tells me like stories about how, she had a band and like she had records, but because of the environment that she was in, she never really got to expand on that. Mm-hmm. So I guess just having first generation African parents, it just, teaches me different lessons on life, different ways to look at things. And also that helps me in my music because it's like I can look at certain situations from different angles,
Yeah, for sure. I get that. I also know you mentioned that you keep a picture of your grandmother in your songbook.
Yeah, I do.
And do you feel like she like channels through you kind of thing? Like
definitely.
There's a special connection there. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, tell me like what's next? What can we expect from you in the coming year?
Mm-hmm. So definitely expect an EP. Still in the works with that, a new song is dropping. I'm going to be dropping WTM really soon. And I'm also going to be performing it at Manifesto since that's the song that I used to win the competition anyways. So yeah, I got merch, my website launched not too long ago. So, I got a lot of stuff in the works and there's only more to come.
Cool. Maybe some music videos coming too?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I have a music video dropping really soon. I finished recording it I think 2 weeks ago for games. So that's going to be coming out really soon. And then I got a video coming for Phase 2 also. Very soon.
Wicked. Cool. And then lastly, is there, last couple of questions. Who have you been listening to the most throughout COVID?
I've been listening to just like a lot of R&B, a lot of like hip hop, so like her, Jhené Aiko, SZA, Beyonce, especially because of the Black is King. Yep. So I've been listening to like a lot of Afro beats. When it comes to hip hop, like Roddy Ricch, A Boogie, Travis Scott, so yeah, my playlist is very diverse when it comes to genres.
Cool. What artists do you think people would not expect you to be a fan of?
That's a tough question.
Yeah, maybe like a guilty pleasure that you don't really flaunt, but like when it's playing, you're just like, yeah, I like this.
I guess like maybe Pop Smoke, because like I don't listen to a lot of drill, but like if Pop Smoke were to come on, I'd be like, all right, like let's get down,
Right on.
Yeah.
And then who in your opinion is going to be the biggest like up and comer aside from yourself, but like you probably know the scene in the city. Who should people be listening to and looking out for?
Well, other than myself, I really do think that Astro Kid J, Fro Boy Dizzy, Slime Boy Ty are really making some headway. So y'all should watch out for them.
Cool. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Oh,
it's all good.
Someone's just calling me. Oh, that I can't talk. Anyway, cool. And then finally, is there just something you want to say to your fans or just to people that might not know you, and a message?
Message, I would say, look out for this space because you're going to be seeing it a lot more often. I don't know if I mentioned this also, but I actually got my first billboard too.
Yes. Oh my God. I missed that. I had that highlighted here. Yeah. Where is the billboard?
It's on Kennedy and Lawrence in Scarborough. I actually went to visit it last week. It was so surreal. Like,
oh my God. That must have been unreal.
Literally. And I was talking to my cousin about it, like, I think a couple weeks before it even like went live on the billboard. I was just like, damn, like if I got like a billboard, that would be like so dope. Like I've always wanted like a billboard in the city, and then boom, like it just happened. So yeah, like it's dope. It's so cool.
Cool. And who's your team? You got to have a strong team behind you right now.
Yeah, I do. I'm managed by Up Next. They're doing amazing. Like it's like they're doing so many different things in the city, so many things that other people aren't doing, like putting artists up on billboards. Like no one in the city is doing that, you know, like they're making so much headway. They're doing such a great job for upcoming artists in the city, and like kudos to them, you know.
Cool. And I guess I should give Delton a shout out. When did you get connected with Delton?
I actually got connected with him a couple of days ago.
Oh,
when,
wicked.
Yeah, when he reached out to me about the podcast, but I'm pretty sure he started following me, I think a little bit after Manifesto announced the digital festival on their page. So
yeah, I know he's pretty involved with Manifesto too. So he probably had like some insider scoop and but he I have a lot of respect for that man, and he adores you and like loves your music. So that's great. It's a good guy to have in your corner.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I'll say it. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I'm going to try and rush this post out so people can know to check you out on Saturday at
2:50 to 3:10. Yes.
2:50 to 3:10. And I'm guessing tickets can be found on the Manifesto website. I'll put a link to it on my Insta and all my socials. But yeah, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Yes, thank you for having me. This interview was great. Your energy is great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll be watching you on Saturday.
Yes. See you there.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.